What's it like in your brain when Santa Claus is coming to town? And a very happy holidays from us over here at Headtime Stories. And by us over here at Headtime Stories, I mean just me. It's just me over here. Happy holidays from me. Hey, it's Mikli, and you're listening to Headtime Stories, a podcast exploring what's it like in your brain. Where were you when you learned the truth about Santa? What was that like? Because I don't remember what that was like for me. Every year at Christmas, there would be gifts under the tree from mom, from dad, from my family and friends, and from Santa. But Santa and I, or the concept of Santa and I, had a fraught relationship. Why was I always skeptical of jolly old Saint Nicholas? Exhibit A. It's Christmas Eve, and we're at my grandparents' house, dad's side, for Noche Buena, the big Christmas Eve dinner with all the cousins. Typically, at around 10:30 p.m., my family and I would say goodnight and go so we could make it home in time for our salubong, aka running to our rooms, dressing into pajamas, and racing back down to the tree to count down to midnight. So it's 3, 2, 1, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, and then ripping into the gifts. But that year, we're at Lolos and Lolas. All of dad's side of the family is salubonging there together. Diving into the presents under our own tree would have to wait until what, 1, 2 a.m.? Which meant, based on the lore, Santa will have already been by our tree to drop off his gifts by the time we get home. Side note, how? Because no one was ever able to explain to me the logistics because A, we don't have chimneys, and B, we stay awake every year till midnight. So how does he slip through unnoticed? Anyway, so while at dinner at my grandparents' house, I let it slip to mom that I left a little test, a little Santa fly trap, if you will. He likes cookies, no? He will eat them when he has the chance, no? So of course I would offer him cookies. I left him a note. I tucked it by the tree where he would for sure have seen it when leaving gifts. Have some cookies, Mr. Claus. They're in my room. So if Santa Claus had indeed come to town that night to leave his Santa presents under our tree, then indubitably the cookies in my room would be demolished by the time we got home, no? Untouched. Or Exhibit B, Christmas at my grandparents' house, mom's side. Mama and Papa lived a whole plane ride away, so we were staying at their house for the holidays. When it was time for salubong, the whole family, with the grandparents and titas and titos, gathered around the tree. It was gift exchange time, and look, Mick, you have something from Santa. Oh, thank you so much. Wait, the card. The card on the gift. I know whose handwriting that is. That is the unmistakable penmanship of one of our helpers at Mama's and Papa's house. What? No, what are you talking about? Of course not. That's Santa. Oh, that's Santa? That's how we're going to play it? So what did she do? What did single-digit years old Mikli do? She scoured the house for handwriting samples, a grocery list, anything, something to compare the card to. And then she ran to her room, looked for the baby powder, and that little fucker dusted for prints, lifted them with tape, and compared them to her suspect's fingerprints. Because you need what? Corroborating evidence. Like, okay, Shelby Woo, just enjoy your present, maybe? I can't remember a moment where I was shocked by the truth of Santa Claus. I was just always suspicious. What's going on there? It's been a few years, give or take a couple decades, since Santa's last gift. But what was it like in Baby Mikli's brain back then? I have some working theories. Theory 1, I don't like being bamboozled. Contrary to everything I just said, I trust people really quickly. I take people at their word. If I have no reason to doubt you, I don't doubt you. It's just so much easier. I am using enough resources to hear what you're saying and process it normally. My brain does not want to take the extra mental and emotional effort to retake all of that and then run it through the is this real or is this bullshit filter. Except When I take people at their word, I fall for things. I am so easy to prank. Like when I first heard that orange was next to gullible in the dictionary, I looked it up. Like incredulously, what do you mean? Of course it's not. But I still looked it up. Because wait, could it be? Is this a special word? Is there a special rule? Listener, orange was not next to gullible in the dictionary. Or like last year, my sister and I teamed up to give our family joint Christmas gifts. Double the brain power, half the cost, 10-10, highly recommend. Part of this team up was a pact to not get each other presents. I said, swear. Yeah? Okay. So I didn't shop for her. Then, of course, what happens? At midnight, she tells me to check my phone. Okay. Airdrop request. What's this? For context, last year, I was a budgetarian. Finances were tight, tighter than my high school skinny jeans. And so I was budgeting our money to the last peso. And just like those skinny jeans, there was no wiggle room. But toward the latter part of the year, I was able to gather the coins I dug from under our proverbial couch. And look, guys, oh, we have a little bit of fun money. I accept my sister's airdrop request, and then it loads. 2 images. The first was a note. So next month's fun budget can be even just a little bit bigger. Merry Christmas. The second was a photo of eggs, milk, dog food, cat food, corned beef, coffee, hot chocolate, dish soap, cooking oil, tissue, boxes and bags overflowing with groceries that were waiting for us at home. Bam fucking boozled. Oh, touched. Absolutely. Crying. And bamboozled. Double bamboozled because my husband was in on it too. So how does an easy bamboozly like me end up becoming Sherlock Holmes whenever Santa comes to visit? Because it seems a bit counterintuitive, doesn't it? That the same kid who falls for oranges next to gullible in the dictionary is the same kid that does Santa gifts for fingerprints? But looking back, I don't think it was Santa I was suspicious of, so much as it was the grown-ups. Because you know grown-ups. They say the darndest things. Like the doctor who told me that magic cotton would make my injection painless. My yaya, who tried to put me to bed by saying, "Oh, you hear those dogs howling? That means they're seeing an aswang, and that aswang is gonna come get you if you don't sleep right now." Or parents who'd leave for a date and say they'll be back right away, but then they're gone all night. These experiences shaped my perception of reality because it made me question reality. My takeaway ended up becoming, I can't tell the difference when a grown-up is lying to me or not. As I was figuring out the world, I didn't know who to trust and which words to believe. And if I couldn't tell the difference, was it safer to believe everyone or no one? So it's funny. In episode 4, I talk about how I got into systems because I'm so disorganized. I think the same thing might be happening here. I became extra skeptical because I'm so easily bamboozled. I'm extra detective-y and extra on guard because if Santa is another trick that the grown-ups are playing on me, I don't want to fall for it. My brain is overcompensating for its own gullibility. But if I dig a little deeper, I think a small part of me wanted to believe in the magic. Theory number 2. I want it to be true, actually. Maybe all the questions, the investigations, the traps, the tests, maybe they weren't just about catching the grown-ups in a lie. Because if you listened closely to Baby Mikli, you might have heard a little hope. The hope that maybe this was real, actually. She just wanted it to be real. So the complete train of thought was, grown-ups say the darndest things. This Santa Claus situation looks like another darndest thing, another bamboozle. But wouldn't it be so cool if it actually were true? Let me find the holes in what they're saying, and then if they can successfully prove each of my arguments wrong, then what they're saying must be true. If you address all of my doubts, all that's left for me is to believe. This tension between skepticism and hope is still a tightrope I walk today. For example, the way I approach surprises. Do I like them? My husband asked me before. And I had to pause and think on that for a bit. Yes. If you're able to surprise me without lying to me. And he's like, not even with a white lie, like a lie that you will know is just for the surprise. I was like, no, I would rather you outsmart me, even catch me on a technicality, than lie. Because right now I am wired to believe you. And if you lie to me, even if it's a small one and it works, then you're going to kick my brain back into its I can't tell what's real or not, therefore I will just question everything mode. And he's like, you like that? You would rather be outsmarted? Because when I'm outsmarted, I don't like feeling stupid. I was like, oh yeah, no, 100% outsmart me. Because I still want to be able to believe everything you say at the end of the day. If I'm outmaneuvered, that's a skill issue on my part. But at least it's not a faith issue. I'm still like Baby Mikli for real. Don't say the darndest things. If you do, skepticism wins. And honestly, I don't want her to win. I don't want to be on guard. I would much rather have the no doubts at all kind of joy, thank you. But shit, now I'm the grown-up. How do I walk this tightrope with my kid? Where's the balance between wonder and honesty? Santa has long retired in our family. No more Santa gifts under the tree, no more cookie traps for a jolly old man who may or may not exist. I have my own son now and I'm trying to remember, but I don't think we ever did the big Santa thing. Maybe a gift or two in the early years, more out of tradition than a desire to create this whole illusion. But he told me he never believed anyway. Was I remiss? Should I have played it up still? Would Christmases, present and past, be more joyful if I just leaned into the mystique and mystery? Maybe. Maybe not. Because there's still so much joy to be found. Spotting the absolute perfect present and it's the last one on the shelf. The Yuletide schadenfreude of watching somebody cry when they open your gift. Making another no gift pact with my sister and breaking it immediately. Hers was the first gift I bought. Food. Lots and lots of good food. Lechon, steak, the once a year fruit salad. Having the time and opportunity to be with one another and enjoy each other's company. Bonus if that involves hot chocolate and sweaters and a long overdue Dungeons and Dragons game. Because even though Santa and Detective Mikli might have retired, there's still enough magic to go around for anybody willing to see it in the everyday and allow themselves to be surprised. And so whether it's the mystery of Santa Claus or the warmth of spending time with the people that we love, I hope this season brings you a sense of wonder and connection. Now what were the holidays like when you were a kid? Did you guys do Santa Claus also? Did you embrace the mystery or did you seek the truth even if it meant sacrificing a little bit of magic maybe? And I really want to know about your holiday traditions even if you don't celebrate Christmas. It's just that Christmas is all I know. For us, our salubong game is still going strong. And we're adding something new just for my husband and son and me, declaring December 26th as Quiet Day. A whole day of alone together nothingness and an oasis of calm in the flurry of festivities. Please tell me all about it. Use the hashtag Headtime Stories or tag me on the socials at HeyMikli or at headtimestories.pod and let's chat. That's it for this episode of Headtime Stories. I'm your host, Mikli, and what's it like in your brain? Story time again soon. Happy holidays and bye!